Stuck in traffic? Tired of walking? Tired of waiting? Well, wait no more. Introducing Nakata electric bicycles. Our electric bicycles come equipped with front and rear disc brakes, 13.4 amp hour lithium batteries, Shimano 7-speed gears, foldable frame, and a heavy-duty cargo rack. Like the bike?
Order now for a limited time. Get the Explorer for $19.96 till December 23rd. Call today, 441-234-1087.
You can count on us.
Save $5 on USDA standing rib roast, only $14.99 per pound. Great for Christmas dinner broccoli crowns, just $3.99 per pound. Chappie's Sugary Sam's sweet potatoes, only $1.79 for a 15-ounce tin. Ocean Spray cranberry sauce for your Christmas turkey, only $1.99 for a 14-ounce tin. Blue Bonnet margarine sticks, just $1.79 for a 1-pound package. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm for more weekly specials.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, December 14th, 2017. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. Will he sign the bill or not? That question in the minds of many this evening as the controversial domestic partnership bill that was approved by the Senate last evening makes its way to Government House. Once it gets up there, it will be up to Governor John Rankin to sign it or not. It's expected he will sign the bill and avert a possible constitutional crisis. News coverage of Parliament's passage of the bill has already reached around the world, with articles on the BBC News website and others, as well as gay rights groups overseas who have written to the governor urging him to veto the bill. The Human Rights Commission putting out a statement today condemning the bill, as well as other groups. Still, no word tonight on confirmation that Governor Rankin has signed the bill. Once a bill passes the Senate, it must be sent to the Premier, who then sends it to the Attorney General's chambers for vetting before being presented to the governor. A spokesperson for the governor telling us, quote, when the bill is received by the governor, he will consider it in line with his responsibilities under the Constitution. And more reaction tonight from the community on the controversial domestic partnership bill being approved in the Senate by openly gay man and performer Mark Anderson. Same-sex marriage aside, according to Mr. Anderson, there is a general lack of empathy for gay people in Bermuda. Homophobia, he says, is the root problem.
Bottom line is they don't have a heart. They showed me that they don't have a heart. There was no empathy, when it comes to the gay community. One of the interesting things that I heard was by Wayne Furbett, and we all heard it, how he had explained how, that he was insulted verbally, they were rude to him. And what I say to that is that, yes, Mr. Furbett, that might have happened, but that was only temporary. After that, you can walk away, dust it off tomorrow morning. You won't ever get attacked verbally. But for people that are gay and for people that are lesbian, we get it constantly. It's not a day that goes by where I'm not verbally assaulted. So many people have been affected by this, across the board. And the PLP also needs to understand that most of the gay community voted for you all. You're second-class citizens all over again. A new political party starts. We desperately need that now, because obviously now we need people that, is going to be more open-minded, more clearer on the social issues of this country in order to move it forward.
Mr. Anderson sending a message of resilience to the gay community, young and old, to stay strong. And he believes the negative international press will be felt here financially.
It's going to damage us considerably because as we speak, Ms. Jasmine, as you know, it's making headlines around the world. You never know who was planning on coming to Bermuda. It's not just going to hurt me. It's going to hurt everybody. Everybody's going to get the blunt of it. It's a dark day for us in Bermuda.
Tourism Minister Jamal Simmons has expressed his disappointment with Bermuda Tourism Authority CEO Kevin Dallas for engaging in unauthorized lobbying connected to that domestic partnership bill. Mr. Dallas wrote to senators in a bid to encourage them to block the bill, believing it would harm tourism. Board members have said his letter to senators was not authorized and did not reflect the views of the BTA. Senators ultimately passed the bill by a vote of 8-3, with the opposition's 3 senators standing alone in dissent. Mr. Simmons, who is also Minister for Economic Development, says he was informed that Mr. Dallas's statement and accompanying lobbying efforts were done without the knowledge or consent of the BTA chairman Paul Telford nor the board. Mr. Simmons concluding that while ultimately Mr. Dallas's actions are a matter for the board and the chair, he says he's communicated on behalf of the cabinet his disappointment with Mr. Dallas's unauthorized statement and will support the board in whatever action they wish to undertake to ensure the established processes and procedures surrounding public statements are respected. And there will be at least 4 new buses on Bermuda's roads between Christmas and New Year's, according to Transport Minister Walter Raban. 70 of the big pink machines are out of service out of a fleet of 105. Tarai Trott spoke to the minister.
But I understand that you will be importing very special Christmas gifts for the country.
Yes, we are expecting the arrival of some new buses, which we are grateful for, which will help to deal with some issues. But let me just be open with the country that the issues with our bus fleet are really deeply systemic, and it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of investment and a lot of time to get the fleet to where it needs to be. At the moment, the average age of the fleet is higher than it needs to be. We need to get it down to what is the international best practice of 7 years. That is going to mean the acquisition of additional new buses on a regular basis for at least 4 or 5 years. I will have to work that out with the finance minister because the country doesn't have a lot of disposable income or revenue to dispose lightly, but I will discuss and work that out with the finance minister as to what can be done to deal with that. So that's one thing that we are planning, is to put together a request for proposal so that we can order additional buses. That's just one thing.
The minister also made it clear that a new preventative maintenance strategy has to be put in place to keep buses on the roads.
Additionally, one of the situations we confronted was understaffing. We had a maintenance staff which was at least half below its normal strength due to the fiscal cuts and the hiring freezes that were in place prior to July 18th. I was without certain management in DPT that would have contributed to a well-run organization. There were issues of sourcing of even certain equipment that was essential to the operation and maintenance of the buses. There, because of the deficit in investment in the service, training was neglected for some of our staff that would have assisted them with being proficient with their care and attention to the buses. So these are some of the issues that we are working with, and it has taken all these months to sort of try and get a plan together on how we're going to go forward. Obviously, we have been assisted with the support of the minibuses to give some relief, to provide support for the school runs. But that is not enough. We've got to, as a country, know that if we believe in public transport, we have to invest in it and keep it in a situation where it can serve efficiently the population and their needs. So that's where we're trying to get back to.
Stay with us. More news plus weather after the break.
You can count on us.
Mixed pillow farine, just $3.99 a pound for your Christmas baking. New Zealand frozen whole lamb legs, only $4.99 per pound. Champion seedless raisins, just $3.09 for a 12-ounce box. Coke, Barrett's ginger beer, or Sunkist orange soda for your holiday parties, only $5.85 for a 6-pack. For your Christmas trimming, Cross and Blackwell Piccalilli, just $5.49 for a 310-gram jar. Have a safe and Merry Christmas holiday from the Marketplace family.
You can count on us.
Make your Christmas even more beautiful and stunning with arrangements from Exclusive Flowers located in the Washington Mall and dazzling decor from Exclusive Home on Reed Street. Wishing you happy holidays and a prosperous new year from the Exclusive Group of Companies.
Santa suits. And party hats.
Letters sent.
Gifts neatly wrapped.
It must be Christmas. Let the magic begin.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Colonial, where people come first.
Blurry-eyed following your eye appointment? Had one too many? Or simply too tired to face the drive home at the end of a long night? There are lots of reasons why you couldn't and shouldn't get behind the wheel. Introducing HomeSafe from Security Associates, the island's only car and driver home delivery service. Reschedule with us and a HomeSafe driver will deliver you and your car right to your door. Whatever your reason for not driving, you can always get HomeSafe. Call 298-2626 for pricing and to find out how you can become a member or visit HomeSafeBermuda.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for staying with us. It's no secret that crime increases this time of year. We are now less than 2 weeks away from the Christmas holiday when large amounts of money is being spent on gifts. Acting Police Inspector of the Community Action Team, Shakisha Miners, issued this warning.
As we prepare ourselves for the joys that Christmas season brings to us, let us not forget the opportunist criminals whom are anxiously waiting to commit burglaries, robberies, thefts from vehicles, thefts of vehicles, and thefts from stores. Here are some measures that you can take as members of the community to make it more difficult for would-be criminals. At home, secure all your doors and windows, whether away for a few seconds or several hours. Ensure that your vehicles are secure at all times, leaving no visible valuables for criminals to see. Keep all your valuable items while at home, purses, iPads, and jewelry, secure and away from windows and doorways. Leave your homes with an occupied appearance, with a radio or light set on an automatic timer.
Shoppers are also asked to be cautious when withdrawing currency from ATMs and to park their vehicles in well-lit areas. Detective Sergeant Clifford Roberts of the Crime Unit recommends that business owners do not keep large amounts of cash on hand.
From a crime standpoint, I just want to advise you and remind you to the general public that please be more vigilant as we enter this festive season and take many precautions to prevent yourselves from becoming a victim of any type of crime, as we know during this period tends to increase, such as the burglaries already mentioned, robberies, chain snatches, we've seen an increase in that, as well as the thefts from vehicles, and as well, credit card and ATM offenses. So with that in mind, again, to the homeowners, when you're out there shopping, purchasing those expensive goods, we ask that you please ensure that those large boxes, instead of putting them outside, get rid of them soon as, dispose of them.
What does 10 years as a Member of Parliament mean to you? Well, for one Progressive Labour Party MP, it's a time of reflection and giving back during the holiday period. To mark the occasion, Walter Raban, the Deputy Premier and Minister for Transport and Regulatory Affairs, will be giving away hampers and hosting a party. Tarai Trott reports.
As the old saying goes, 24 hours is a long time in politics, let alone a decade.
I'm very grateful and blessed for the opportunity to be certainly the deputy leader of my party and the deputy premier of the country, but to be serving.
To mark his decade as MP for Pembroke East, Walter Raban is staging a drive for the public to donate items to be made into hampers, which will be given away to needy families this Saturday, December 16th at the Grace Methodist Church Hall from 8 a.m. until noon. Those wishing to donate should take their items to the church on Friday between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Yes, it's been put together and orchestrated by members of my community. They are the originators. They've been pushing, and I've supported them every year that we've done this, and we've been very successful. We're supported by people from across the island, not just in the community. A number of businesses often give us items that we can put in the hampers. So we get individual support, we get business support in our community in Pembroke East, but also across the island to support the drive.
Not just that, there will be a party for the Pembroke East community in honor of young people that also takes place Saturday from 1 to 4 at Prospect Primary School Field.
And we have invited all the children from both Prospect Primary and Victor Scott School, which are our area schools, to a Christmas party which is being held at Prospect Primary from 1 to 4. It's my own personal wanting to give back to the children in the area. I am supporting that. We will accept donations to support that event as well. If anybody wants to donate to help us pay for some of the expenses around it, although I am myself personally contributing quite a bit to supporting the event. This children's party, it's for the children. We are allowing them to come and have free activities, face painting, fun castles, food items for a couple of hours to give them and their families a little bit of enjoyment.
Elsewhere, the Deputy Premier's political journey actually started decades ago.
I was a student overseas who had some great experiences overseas with as a college student in the United States and in the UK. I'm a Labour supporter in reference to my politics. I don't apologize it. I'm on the left, so I've always gravitated to politics that concern people, concern the workers, and concern with improving the conditions of those who have traditionally been disadvantaged.
That was Tarai Trott reporting. Again, you may bring items for donation to the Grace Methodist Church between 8 and 12 noon on Friday, with hampers to be distributed to the needy at the same church between 8 and 12 noon on Saturday. The party also starts on Saturday at the Prospect Primary Field at 1 o'clock. Now it's time to check in at the AccuWeather headquarters to see what's in store for us weather-wise for Friday and into the weekend.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
Good evening. Hopefully you had a fantastic day today. This forecast is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group, and we saw a shower or two in places today because of this cold front that moved through yesterday, leaving behind some cloud coverage and also a little bit of wet weather. Taking a closer look right now, we can see it's still a bit cloudy here over Bermuda, but nothing major happening. Just a few clouds and also a few spotty showers. The temperature right now, 71 degrees. That is spot on for our average temperature for this time of year. So we should be sitting right around 71. The humidity, 73%. Winds out of the southwest from 18 to 22 knots. Water temperatures warm, 71 degrees. Waves inside the reef, 2 to 3 feet, and outside 9 to 12 feet. So it's a bit rough out there, the waters. So we do have a small craft advisory in place, and that's going to last through tomorrow. It's going to be a bit breezy and also a bit choppy out there on the waters, especially for small boats. Tonight, we could expect to see another shower or two, very brief across the island. Temperatures at 67 degrees, so a nice warm night. Tomorrow, we'll have a day with a couple clouds, some sunshine, and again, a brief passing shower in places, maybe two, and a temperature of 74 degrees. Taking a look at our tide times, the first high tide at 6:04 p.m. on Thursday, and the second high tide at 6:32 in the morning Friday. So if you're an early bird, that's the time that you should expect to see the changes in the tide. Now, if you are traveling elsewhere or on vacation, heading home, we have a couple other forecasts for you. Toronto, it is cold, 27 degrees. They are getting some snow, so could see some minor delays there. New York, 32 degrees, but dry. Boston, 30. Atlanta, a chilly 50 degrees. That's a bit below average for them with some sunshine. Miami, that's a nice hot spot, 78 degrees with sun. And in London, 42 degrees with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Here in the Caribbean, it is nice and warm, humid conditions. We're in the 80s from Jamaica to Barbados to Trinidad. Barbados is staying nice and dry today and sunny, but we could see some spotty showers in Jamaica. Also in Trinidad, some off and on wet weather. So Friday, we have a weak cold front that is moving through. So that's going to give us just a couple of showers. It's going to mostly be dry. Temperatures at 74. Saturday, a second cold front moving through. This one's going to be a little bit stronger, so we might see an extra shower or two, and also a couple more clouds, 73. And then look what happens to the temperatures on Sunday. Once that cold front moves through, we do drop a few degrees, 69 for the high. We will have some sunshine. Monday, it's going to be the cloudiest day of the week as we have another cold front approaching. Temperatures at 70. On Tuesday, well, a better chance for some showers, maybe even some rain. Temperatures warmer, though, at 73 degrees. Stay tuned to Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105 for all your latest news and weather.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Hi, I'm Jody Place, advertising in the car electric bikes in Hamilton, Bermuda. Very cool bike to ride, very fun bike to ride. Simple operation. You turn on the battery, turn on the computer, and the bike is basically ready to go.
Order now for a limited time. Get the Explorer for $19.96 till December 23rd. Call today, 441-234-1087.
Christmas in Bermuda is a special time for most of us. Unfortunately, for some families in Bermuda, there is no warm Christmas. This year, many families will be in need. It's the 29th anniversary of the Lions Clubs of Bermuda and the Marketplace helping share the Christmas spirit, so let's help take care of each other. Shop at any Marketplace, shopping center, Modern Mart, or A1 stores and purchase extra tins and non-perishable items. Once you have purchased these items, place your food donations into Santa's bin located at the front of the store. The Lions Clubs will collect your food contributions and assemble them into hampers to be delivered to the families in need around the island. Christmas comes once a year. Help make it a special time for every family in Bermuda. Sponsored in part by the Bermuda Broadcasting Company and the Royal Gazette.
The conclusion of the most recent Energy Summit was met with an RFP from Belco, the island's main energy provider, though the minister responsible for regulatory affairs maintains they are not misinformed about Belco's operations. Walter Raban, Minister of Regulatory Affairs and Transport, explains.
Right after the summit, Belco was requested by the regulatory authority to provide an IRP proposal, of which they must do within 90 days, and this is going to help shape, as they are the sole generator, transmitter, and distributor and retailer of energy. So they were required to present that plan so that how we shape our energy platform going forward is not only a discussion between the regulator and Belco, but it's a wider public discussion amongst everybody concerned. This is one of the most important steps of that summit, in that we outlined to industry and those interested, 140 participants, this is what a Bermuda IRP framework will be looking like, and this is how we're moving forward. As I said in my statement, we want a greener, more competitive, and wider energy future where the Bermuda public is involved.
During that event, one of the representatives from Belco, in fact, made it clear that the information that was being promulgated about the company was wrong, and that I think they took the regulatory authority to task over the information that it apparently had that Belco claimed was incorrect.
Well, I can't get into whether what was right or wrong about Belco's information. As we've seen for a number of months, Belco has been very public on talking about their company and their goals and what they would like to do. So there is no shortage of information about Belco in the public eye. Though the regulatory authority has a responsibility under the Act, which is separate from that of the government and separate that from Belco. Belco is licensed by the authority, so any information that is provided to the regulatory authority, Belco has been the source. The regulatory authority cannot go anywhere else to get information on Belco other than information that aids it in its work.
Turning to sports, UK media reports Nikki Wells could be heading back to the championship in the January transfer window. Safety measures are in place for Winter Olympic Games, and a young Bermuda sailor moves up in the World Youth Sailing Championships leaderboard in China. Earl Basin has the details and more in tonight's sports report.
Reports out of the UK this evening suggest that Nikki Wells' Premiership debut may be off for a while. Aston Villa are said to be in for Wells in the January window. Life has not gone as planned for Nikki Wells at Burnley so far. Despite winning promotion to the Premiership with Huddersfield Town last season, Wells made a move to Burnley for a £5 million summer deal. Thanks largely through injury, however, Wells is still yet to make a single appearance for his new club. And the Birmingham Mail claimed that the former Bradford City prospect could be on his way out of Turf Moor as early as January, if only on a temporary basis. The report report states that Aston Villa are hoping to bring in a quality striker during the January transfer window without spending a penny, which has led them to consider a move for Wells in the new year. And just to add credence to the report, Villa were understood to have been interested in the 27-year-old even before he completed that move to Burnley on transfer deadline day in August. So it wouldn't look a bad move at all if Villa are able to land Wells on loan just a few months after he would have cost them a bigger transfer fee.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the all-new Boundary at Fairmount, Southampton, the West End's only sports bar. Catch all the action and enjoy smoked to perfection barbecue, beer, and other pub favorites. It's game on at Boundary.
Sean Fielderman represented the Bermuda Olympic Association in Pyeongchang, South Korea at the Winter Olympic Games safety and security briefing. Lamont details just some of the things that were discussed during the briefing.
There was 2 days of presentations from government organizations and the Korean organizations in regards to what they had done and put in place in regards to counterterrorism. The Korean military, police department, fire department went through some of their protocols and the work they've done to ensure the safety of all athletes involved. We visited all the sporting venues, the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony venues, and discussed all the sort of protocols put in place in regards to access and transportation. We went to the Olympic Village where the officials and athletes attended. I was quite impressed. It's a very nice setup. And they talked about, it's very secure in regards to who's allowed to go in, and the protocols and the sort of the accreditation process that are in place. I must admit that I was extremely impressed by their organization and attention to detail that the Koreans had done. It promises to be a very exciting Winter Olympics.
Ben Smith jumped up 6 places as he continued competing in the 47th edition of the Youth Sailing World Championships going on in China. More than 380 sailors from 62 nations are competing on the Chinese waters. At the conclusion of day 4 in the laser radial fleet, Smith finds himself in 34th place with 202 points. Smith finished the first race of the day and the 7th of the series, crossing the line in 28th. He would follow that up with his best finish of the regatta thus far, recording a 13th place finish in the second and final race of the day. Following a productive morning training session, Jared Richardson and his ISFA under-15 teammates were quickly into their stride, going on to defeat a Manchester City Select under-15 team 4-0. Bermuda under-19 men's basketball team went down by 3 points in their Heart Lake Winter Classic basketball tournament opener in Canada. Bermuda took on Lincoln Alexander Secondary School, falling 38-35. Gerald Smith led the team with 19 points. Bermuda's second game saw them come up against Braithwaite Secondary School, and they would fall 63-56. Smith would again lead the team with 21 points. Adam McDonald added 13 points, and Jace Lowry scored 11 points. Last night, inside the City Bridge Academy Gymnasium, the Bermuda Elite City League basketball semifinals took place, where 294 points were scored. In the opener, the Falcons advanced to the finals with a 87-70 win over the Hornets. Chris Crumpler scored a game-high 34 points to lead the Falcons to victory, while DeRay Smith scored 15 points for the Hornets. In the nightcap, the Panthers' hope of a four-peat went up in smoke as they were defeated 71-66 by the Warriors, a team they have defeated in the past 2 years in the playoffs. The Warriors got a game-high 26 points from Kirby Imlay, while Cameron James scored 22 points for the Warriors. In second spring senior bowling league action at the Warwick Lanes, it saw the Drifters defeat the Pin Splitters 3-1. The match between Last Pin and Blue Angels ended 2-2, while the newcomers defeated the Last Minutes 4-0. Odin Kickin defeated the Islanders 3-1.
Tonight's sports has been brought to you by the all-new Boundary at Fairmount, Southampton, the West End's only sports bar. Catch all the action and enjoy smoked to perfection barbecue, beer, and other pub favorites. It's game on at Boundary.
I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
This holiday, bake with ShopRite vegetable margarine. $1.59 for a 1-pound package. Serve your guests ShopRite soda, only $2.59 for a 2-liter bottle. Stuff your holiday turkey with ShopRite turkey stuffing, $2.39 for a 6-ounce box. Just $1.49 for a 16-ounce box of ShopRite elbow macaroni. Only $1.09 for a 12-ounce tin of ShopRite regular or skim evaporated milk. Pick up your ShopRite holiday flyer for more super savings from all our marketplace stores.
Your home, your life, security. Be fire and burglar free. Right from your phone, monitor, control. Lock safes, doors, gates, business, family safe. You're on the go, and that's okay. BSG with you every
Bermuda Security Group, your security, life safety, and monitoring experts. We're with you every step of the way. Bermuda Security Group, BSG.BM.
That's our broadcast for this evening. I'm Jasmine Patterson. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.